This crochet kit cost me less than a cup of coffee, but this crochet kit was nearly 4 times the price. Can you really tell the difference? Is this more expensive kit going to be worth it, or is this budget kit going to be a hidden gem? So I have 2 kits. Now the first kit is this one from TK Maxx. I'm pretty sure it's not called TK Maxx in the US. Drop me in the comments what it is called. This cost me the grand total, and now this is a steal, so I'm being a little bit unfair, but I just want to see if they can knock it down this much, then, you know, we're playing with some good profit margins here. This cost me a grand total of £2.50. Now, I told you it was less than a cup of coffee, and it is a Love and Lemon Craft Company Crochet DIY Pineapple Keyring Kit. Video instructions are included, so I'm just going to cover that QR code for now and pray that there are actually video instructions. Include safety eyes, stitch markers, a key ring, you can see it all on the back, a ergonomic crochet hook. All of the yarn requires some stuffing and a tapestry needle, and it says it's for 14 plus, but that is likely because it's not UKCA tested. And that is how you get away with it. So that is kit number 1. Now kit number 2 is luxury defined when it comes to the crochet world, and it is a Toft kit. Now the reason it's still in its original packaging is because I opened it and then thought it was a little bit unfair not to show exactly how this comes packaged on camera. What we are going to do is we are going to open both kits and see exactly the experience and what you get inside. And we are starting with our lovely pineapple. Thank you very much. And this is exactly how I package my kits, in a little recyclable bag. And we have a pattern, which is a little bit crumpled, but it's big. It's how big the pattern is. The instructions are pretty self-explanatory. There is also a guide on how to do the stitches, which I really like in these kits, because if you haven't crocheted before, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to be able to pick it up from this. Next, we have an ergonomic crochet hook that wins bonus points already from me. Then we have our yarn. Now there are small amounts of yarn in this kit because it is a small kit. The yarn feels like your pretty standard acrylic yarn, nothing fancy, but I wouldn't expect anything fancy for the price. And we have all of our little notions and findings included in there. Last but not least, this is the oddest way to package stuffing I've seen, but at least it's not in a plastic bag. We have our little stuffing pillow packaged in what looks like a pillowcase. And that is our budget-friendly kit. Time to see what Toft have to offer. Bear in mind, Toft is a premium brand. I've wanted to test out one of their crochet kits for a long time, so this was the perfect opportunity. However, I just wanted to know, is it actually worth the extra money? Because a lot of us haven't got a lot of extra money, and can you actually learn to crochet something cute on a budget? The price of this kit will come up on the screen. It was considerably more than the pineapple kit, and you had to add the crochet hook as an extra, which again is great because it lowers the price, but essentially all you're paying for is the yarn and the pattern if you don't do that. So this is where I'm sort of like, is it actually worth it or not? I did add the crochet hook as the extra because I wanted to test the whole shebang. I will say it's come and it's going to be an experience. So this is what we are starting with. We have in there our kit, but we also have to kick off. We have 2 of their leaflets that just tell you a little bit about what's going on in the Toft world. And then you also have 2 free patterns, which I think is great actually. They are for some knitted arm warmers and a chevron headband. Now, our little crochet kit comes packaged in their Toft branded, not sure if you can see that on the screen, Toft branded tissue paper. And then we have a standard cardboard packaging box with the picture on the front. I went for Mini Roy the gecko because freaking adorable. But let's see what we get inside. So we have a Toft branded, oh, that feels nice. A Toft branded crochet hook. I have to say that actually feels real nice. We have some Toft turquoise yarn. So it's Toft DK turquoise yarn, and you can see hopefully 100% wool. 25 grams, gorgeous colour. Can't wait to make my little gecko in this. Feels amazing. Then we have a little tiny bit of black yarn for the details. Again, the add-on was crochet hook and black yarn, and it made it dearer than if you were going to buy just the yarn and the pattern. Then we have pattern which is on cardstock. It's really sturdy. There is a QR code on the back, so I'm not going to spin it around. Also have a nice little handy, again, QR code. So what I can do is show you the front but cover the QR codes. We have like a little guidebook that's sort of getting started, so understanding your pattern. There is also in here finishing up stuffing, sewing, basic techniques and stitches. I actually really like that. That's a really nice little touch. And the rest of the box is just crammed with stuffing. Probably a little bit too much for this tiny gecko. I am not going to pull it out because that is going to be a nightmare to get back in. So that is what is inside our Toft kit. Now, oh, and there's a wool needle as well. Right in there, you see this? Oh, I don't know if you can. Wool needle. So, future editing me, my audio decided to cut out for the last few clips of that part of the video. All I was going to say is that's the Toft kit. We've had our budget kit. Let's go make them up and see what we come up with. And that is what you will see next. So I am back and I have my two makes in hand. So let's start with the cheaper kit, which was this gorgeous little pineapple. And I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed making this one, and it was easy and quick to make as well, and makes an adorable little keychain. And our second make was this cute little gecko. And again, another easy to make project, a small one again, so relatively quick, and I enjoyed making him. And he stands up. See if we can get him to stand. Fabulous. So yeah, all in all, I thoroughly enjoyed both of these kits, but that isn't why we're here. We are here to see if the more expensive kit is justified or if the cheaper kit is just as good. So a couple of things to note here. The pattern on the cheaper kit, which was our adorable little pineapple, it wasn't bad, but there were certain points in it where I was kind of like, this should be added or this should be added. But then I was also kind of like, well, it's the cheaper kit. Is this what I'm paying for? Then I started to work up the Toft pattern, and there were little things in there as well, which for the price I would have expected better. Didn't add in things like when to start stuffing. So I got all the way to here, the neck of our little gecko, and it had said nothing about stuffing, and I knew I was going to not be able to get anything into its tail if I didn't start stuffing. So I just sort of took it off my own back to do that. But as a beginner or someone that hasn't really been crocheting for a while, would they know? So it's kind of like I'd expect better from a kit like that. But all in all, the patterns in that respect were sort of similar. The more expensive kit had things missing, and the least expensive kit had things missing as well. The expensive yarn, so the Toft yarn, was really nice to work with. I have to say, it feels lovely. It's a nice yarn. It works up our little amigurumi really nicely. Granted, it's a little bit fluffy, but it was 100% wool yarn. So in that respect, I know wool yarn's more expensive, so that is going to bump the price of this kit up as well. That said, our yarn for our pineapple was absolutely fine to work with. You can see that I've got no snags or anything like that on there. It did split a little bit, but nothing major. And that was 100% acrylic yarn. So that is sort of where the cost goes into what kind of yarn you're having as well. Both projects are absolutely adorable. Both projects are similar sizes. Part of the reason I picked them as well, I wanted to really make something where the sizes were similar. Overall, I'm a little bit stuck on this one. I get the appeal of a more expensive kit. You get more expensive yarns. That is kind of where the cost goes a little bit. You're also paying a little bit for the brand. The Toff brand is very well known. It's known as a luxury brand, and I completely appreciate that. However, the experience making this little pineapple was nonetheless, it had an ergonomic crochet hook. The yarn was fine to use. It's an adorable project. It's practical. You can use it after or gift it as well. So that's where I'm a little bit torn. I'm kind of like, would I pay the extra for an amigurumi kit if I can get something just as good, a little bit cheaper? And this is where I need your help. I need you to let me know in the comments. Would you pay extra for this kit to make an amigurumi, or would you just go for the cheaper kit if you knew it was going to be just as good? And have you made up any of these kits before in the past? And have you had a good experience, or have you sort of thought, it's not worth the money for me? So let me know in the comments, because I have to say, in my final opinion, I'm completely torn. Also, let me know in the comments, which project is your favourite? Is it the gorgeous little gecko, or are you opting for the adorable little pineapple keychain? Thank you so much for watching. New videos go up every Wednesday and Sunday, and I will see you in the next